Here, back for another update. Let's take a look at DGB over here. And I think DGB is going to be one of the best investments for 2024, not financial advice. And the reason I say that is because we had what's called a pure Wyckoff reaccumulation schematic. So this is what a Wyckoff reaccumulation schematic is. Okay, I'll show you exactly what it is, and a lot of altcoins have been doing it. The difference between Wyckoff accumulation and Wyckoff reaccumulation is that Wyckoff reaccumulation forms a mid-cycle and kind of forms accumulation at the highs rather than forming it at the lows. And we see that exact same thing here with DGB, right? We have our uptrend, and then we have our accumulation for over over 2,000 days. And you know what this coin really reminds me of? It reminds me of exactly like XRP, right? It had its run up, and then for over 2,000 days it had a 3-3-5 Elliott wave flat pattern. The only difference between this coin the only difference between DGB and XRP is that with DGB our B wave actually swept this A wave high, but with XRP our B wave failed to terminate above the 78.6% fib. So this is pure Wyckoff reaccumulation. And then at the bottom over here, like if we just zoom in to this structure right over here, we can see that we are doing pure Wyckoff accumulation. So this is Wyckoff accumulation. Okay, so this is Wyckoff accumulation. So in this case, it's doing schematic number 1. Okay, so it's doing the exact same thing, you see? It's been doing it for over 618 days. You have your selling climax, your automatic rally, your secondary test, failed breakout, secondary test in phase B, failed breakout number 2. You have your spring, initial advance, test, last point of support, and then you have your jump across the creek. Now we've formed what's called our sign of strength. So now we're just coming back down to retest the top of this range here at 0.01365. What you can do is, so you see how we had to move back up to this, a move back up to mid-range, right? We had a back test of the 70.2% fib before we had a continuation up. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a fib from this back test up to this high. And let's take a look at the 23.6% fib and see where it is. So we're currently on the 23.6% fib. Wouldn't be surprised if we come down to the 38.2% fib just to cool off before we continue higher. We can also go on the daily. We can also go on the daily time frame here and look at it on the linear scale as well. So make sure to look at your assets on the linear and the logarithmic scale. And the reason I say that is so you're never blindsided. So when we take a look at it on the linear scale, you have these supports. So if you like this coin, you're going to want a DCA at these blue fibs, not financial advice, especially this 38.2% fib. So you can add bids all the way down here. You can add it now, here, 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 all the way down. You put bids here in order for the anticipation of the continuation of your phase E. So we already had this sign of strength. We're now just coming back down a little bit to chop around here, retest the top of the range before we continue on to phase E. Okay, this is exactly what Wyckoff says. So now the good thing about Wyckoff accumulation is that it allows you to analyze every single point in the range. Now, to the untrained eye, they may look at a coin like this and they say, wow, like this coin has not done anything for over 2 years, 3 years, and it's just been in a downtrend, like this coin is garbage. But the power lies in knowing how to read the range. And I feel like the best way to learn how to do that is through Wyckoff accumulation. We've hit our sign of strength. We may come down to any of these fibs below before continuing higher. These over here would be your resistance levels. It would make sense to take profit at this blue region over here, 702, 786 region, and definitely save some DGB for the anticipation of breaking above this B wave high, which is very likely. It's very likely it will happen in 2024 because I think we are bound for a blow off top before a major recession. Okay, so these are the interim targets over here. This is your major taking profit zone, and then anything above this B wave high is your exit. So you exit all the way up here, ladder out. And you can see that on the weekly time frame we are forming a little bit of a topping tail. Okay, we're forming a little bit of a topping tail here on so what we can do is take a fib from the top of our range, so from here down to here, and let's take a look at the 1.236. Okay, and it has formed a topping tail off this 1.236. So we're going to see how this weekly candle closes tomorrow on Sunday, but we have a weekly FEG over here. I don't think it'll come down this low. I think it'll just come down to the 38.2% fib, 50% fib region on the linear scale. And let's also add the 618 in there, yeah. So these fibs over here are the fibs you're going to want to DCA at for the anticipation of a move higher. So let's say you even bought now, right? Let's just say you YOLO'd your bag into DGB right now. From here to the 70.2% fib, that's 3x. To the 786, that's 4x or 5x. And then right back up to the high, that's over 10x. Which is likely, it's very likely this is going to happen. It's going to take out this B wave high. I do think that XRP is going to take out its B wave high as well. So I feel like all coins will rise in unison. When we take a fib from this low up to this high, we see that we have bottomed out at the 0.786. Okay, and the fact that our bear market was down there, the fact that our bear market low was down there is very significant, especially in crypto. So this is the algo structure, okay? You have your five wave move up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So much euphoria here. And look, this is exactly what XRP is doing too. You have your 3-way move down, okay? And then you form psychological support. You sweep that psychological support. And because you sweep that psychological support, you have a short squeeze. So you have another 3-wave move up, taking out this A wave high. And then you have a 5-wave move to the downside all the way down to the 78.6% fib. Now what we see over here is over 600 days of accumulation at the lows. And okay, so this is your accumulation at the lows. And now we're going to be targeting liquidity at this high. So this is just the expansion expansion algo. Okay, so this is what I see with DGB. It's looking good. Just remember that any dips you see here are dips for buying. I hope you guys enjoyed the DGB video. If you have any questions, please let me know. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.